comes too early, hands already warm, working for a better day, trying to keep me warm. Boss man count his tally, we just count our turn. Fair don't come easy, I had to stand and fight for mine.
I spent the last 2 weeks with my new 3D printer from Elegoo. This is a Centauri Carbon 2 Combo FDM 3D printer. This printer features an enclosed chamber. It has a nozzle that can reach up to 350 degrees Celsius. It has a fully automated calibration and print monitoring. The printer came well protected for shipping. After the unboxing, you have to remove the 3 screws that protect the print bed during shipping. Next, we have to install the touch screen. Then we have to install the nozzle wiper. We secure the wiper simply by 4 screws at the back of the printer. This is a bracket that holds the canvas system. This is the canvas, which enables the printer to print in multicolor. This is a filament hub. It is mounted on the print head with 2 screws. These are the mounting brackets for the spool holders. Each spool holder has its designated location on the printer. It is important that you mount the spool holder to its designated position, because they are spring-loaded. Here I am mounting the 4 PTFI tubes. A 4-pin cable connects the canvas system to the printer. This is a thermal cover that sits on the top of the printer. We have now fully assembled the printer. When we turn on the printer for the first time, we have to go through a quick setup process. We can connect the printer to the local network. Then the printer will perform self-check and auto bed leveling. My filament spools don't have RFID tags, so I had to manually enter the filament parameters for each spool, which is an easy and quick process. If you have a spool with an RFID tag, then you simply place the spool near the canvas system, and the canvas system will read all the filament parameters automatically and store it in the printer. Now we will prepare the first multicolor 3D model in the Elegoo Slicer program. I'm gonna print one construction site sign in one go. I have to change the filament colors to the appropriate ones. I will need a red, white and black filament for this job. Now the model is sliced and I can check if all looks okay. We will have 37 filament changes and the print time will be around 1 hour and 22 minutes. The printer is performing auto bed leveling. Here the first white layer is being done. When the printer finishes printing with the current filament color, the print head moves to the front right side where it cuts the current filament. Retracts the current filament and pulls in the next filament, in this case white pad G filament. Then it flushes out all the remains of the previous filament, cleans the nozzle, then prints a layer on the multicolor purge tower, and the cycles repeat, cutting the current filament, retracting the current filament and pulling the next filament in. The print is finished. It took 8 minutes longer than it was estimated in the Elegoo Slicer app. The print quality looks great, no issues. I use these construction signs in my construction site videos, like this one. Now I will print a gear for my giant ornithopter from ABS filament. ABS is a high temperature filament, and thus, to prevent parts from warping, you need an enclosed 3D printer. The print quality looks fine. Only on the first layer you can see some under extrusion, but I think that I could prevent that by applying some glue on the print bed before printing. Otherwise, this is a nice print. The gear is printed totally flat, no warping. Now I will print some clothes packs from pad G in different colors. These are the springs for the packs, and here are all the parts. I like these clothes packs because they are functional and they look great. Some filaments like nylon and TPU and some others are hygroscopic, which means that they like to absorb moisture from air. Hygroscopic filaments need to be dried before printing. You can dry filaments using a filament dryer like this one. This is an H1 HD filament dryer from Elegoo. At the rear we have the outlet for regular filaments, and here is the outlet for TPU and carbon reinforced filaments. This is a desiccant holder. This is the bottom filament outlet for regular filaments. This is a carbon reinforced nylon. If you don't dry this type of filament before printing, you would get terrible results, practically unusable prints. You can set the drying parameters manually. You can enable or disable spool rotation during drying. You can also choose between 11 drying presets for different type of materials. It takes about 1 minute to reach 80 degrees Celsius. I dried my nylon filament for 8 hours. I could also feed the filament directly from the filament dryer. This is a carbon reinforced nylon gear. The print quality is great, even the first layer. ABS versus carbon reinforced nylon gear. Both printed perfectly flat. My next project. Design and 3D print a complete front landing gear for my FMS Ranger. In Onshape, I designed all the parts for 3D printing. The landing strut, the wheel rim, and the tire. Here's the landing strut in the slicer, prepared for printing. Here's the Elegoo slicer, where we can monitor and control the printer. We have a live video feed of the printing process. The printer has just finished the job. And here's the first iteration of the landing strut, which has the retainer ring printed separately. My second iteration has the ring printed directly on the strut. Here I am printing a TPU tire. The wheel rim comes in two halves, which are then glued onto the tire with some CA glue. Here I am printing the second iteration of the landing strut. Here's a quick comparison of the wheel size between the stock wheel and the 3D printed one. And a quick indoor test. I'm quite happy with the final result. This printer fully met my expectations. All the parts printed out reliably and with good quality. I was able to successfully print PLA, PETG, ABS and carbon reinforced nylon. Even though the chamber is not actively heated, I was able to print high temperature materials like ABS and carbon reinforced nylon. You can monitor and control the printer remotely with Elegoo Slicer app or with the Elegoo Matrix phone app. I like this 3D printer so far. I'm going to use this printer for my next projects.